We are nearing the end of our special week, remembering the January wildfires. Today, we're going to show you where the community of Altadena stands 1 year after the Eaton Fire.
Yeah, our Lolita Lopez spoke to people affected and found that hope and unity are leading the way to recovery.
Nearly a year after the Eaton Fire, and you can see just the different stages of life here. There are stages where there's growth and progress, and others where it just seems like everything has stood still.
As soon as they rebuild, we're gonna be okay, but I just wanna put it in my head it's just 6 months, because if I say 1 year, 2 years, it's gonna be stress for me.
And Maggie, how long have you been here at this restaurant?
15 years already.
15 years.
It's good to be back. We're just super grateful that we've been able to be here.
So then you had to clean up everything, right? Everything had to go?
Everything went. We had to start. We had to remediate. We had to get all new air conditioning. We had to get all our new fixtures had to be clean.
What's it been like since you reopened in July?
So I feel like it's been really, we just feel really humbled. Literally everything around us is gone. You know, like next to us, right in front of us, behind us, everything's gone. So just having the opportunity to be here is just, you know, we just feel really grateful. And to be a sense of normalcy for everybody else is just, I think, what really drives us, because people will come in that have lost their homes, and this is like the only place that's standing for them.
We're just up from Full Circle Thrift, where we talked to Alma, and this is what she was talking about. The businesses all along here gone, flattened out, cleaned up as that they were supposed to be, getting ready for next steps.
And it's scary, I think, for a lot of people, because they don't know if it's going to come back, you know, or like whether they can afford to rebuild or whatnot. So it's been a lot, I think, just hearing people's stories, or even like coming in and they'll tell us like they're replacing their things. They'll find something. They're like, oh, I used to have this.
So we've heard all the stories. It's been very, very. It's been quite an experience.
Yeah, I was going to say it's both beautiful to be able to do that, but it's heavy for you.
Oh yeah, you know, it was heavy. It's like we kind of had like survivor's remorse. You know, we kind of felt bad that we were here, yet grateful that we were here as well. So, you know, people just needed a place to come and vent, and just know that, oh God, Webster's is still here. Thank God, and they're very appreciative.
Is it hard for you to think about coming back?
You know, it is just to know that my life was here. My life was, you know, here in Altadena. You know, people say they're just things you lost you can replace. But yeah, I worked hard to buy that purse, those shoes. You know, I worked hard for all that. So yeah, it hurts because we were left with absolutely nothing.
When you realized that your home was gone, what was that like for you?
It was a lot of crying. Yeah. You know, a lot of crying, and I just was crying in shock because I couldn't believe it. I was like, it can't be. There has to be something left, you know. And then I just didn't really want to come back.
And you haven't been back since?
No, I haven't been. I have videos and pictures that they have sent me, but I haven't been able to go back.
Do you use work and being back here at Webster's as how?
I use it as, I'm still in Altadena.
Yeah.
I'm still in Altadena. I'm sure I would want to come back and move to Altadena again. I think it's going to be a little while.
What's going to be next? If and even my employers, they don't. I have 14 people that they don't work a lot. They're just working 14 hours a week. How are they going to pay their bills?
Yeah.
And it's really frustrated because like my family depends on me. I'm a single mom with 3 kids. My family here in the business, I have 14 people that work for me, and they depend on me.
One of the first places to reopen in the community, grocery outlet. owned by Sandra and Jose, it became a mainstay for people to come and get their necessities, food and fresh produce and cleaning supplies. Its parking lot was a hub for different groups to convene, including LA County, who set up a distribution of protective equipment as people were going onto their properties to clean up. That type of work also being done by local organizations.
2025 has been a long year. Here we always say it's been 5 years in 1 year. It's been nonstop since the fire started. Here the workers and the community have been organizing different mutual aid things for fire survivors, for everyone impacted by the fires. As we know, it changed the whole community and impacted the whole community. Since day one, workers here went to go clean up the streets, went to give essential items to fire survivors. And even after 11 months, still there's many families that are going through so much stuff with insurance. A lot of the assistance, it's stopping now. So there's families who are struggling. And there's the stress, there's the mental health. So that's why the center has always opened its doors to see how we can support.
Just tell me a little bit about the immigration activity that you saw here.
Yeah, so we call this year kind of the year of fire and ice. Again, the beginning fire impacted many families. Many workers also lost their jobs, and then ICE raids happened. Again, the workers from here, from day one, went to go clean up with the risk of not knowing if ICE was going to come. It was impacted everyone in the community, because again, no one wants to see that type of hate, that type of violence going into our communities, especially a community that's still healing from the fires, and workers understanding that in any disaster, any crisis that happens, whether it be a fire, whether it be a hurricane or a flood, we know that the immigrant community is a vital part of the recovery, cleanup, and reconstruction of that community. And that's what's going to happen here. LA cannot be rebuilt without immigrant labor, without the immigrant community.
For me, my business is hope. It's hope, faith that we're going to rebuild. And I'm just going to be standing for my community. But how can we make that, not just myself and all the place that is open? How can people do that? It's to come over and shop local, come over to Altadena. Right now, we it's us. Next time it can be them. I believe it's let's help each other.
Y'all just came in for a little visit. You're in the area. Just tell me a little bit about being here, Rosemary.
Well, we came back to support Altadena, and we especially came back to this street because the lady that did the invitations for my 80th birthday and her 50th birthday, and so we heard that it opened.
I think what people understand is people that love Altadena are still coming through Altadena.
Yeah.
It's not like people went away and they're only coming back for certain reasons. People still drive through here.
From like Hollywood, from Riverside, from Irvine, from up north, people literally will drive down to like give us their donations because they believe in us, and I think that has a lot to say about our community because they're sharing. They want us to succeed. They want us to be here, just as much as we want to be here for them.
The Greetings from Altadena postcard, that's been there before, but this one, Altadena Strong, We Will Rebuild, really does welcome folks as they come into this community.
Houses are going to be rebuilt. They won't look the same. But I think in terms of the community, I think in terms of the essence of what Altadena is, I don't think that's ever going to go away.
Yeah.
But as Altadena was already somewhat changing, people were discovering it. You had a lot of people that discovered, even in the movie industry, you could move to Altadena and get to many places very quickly.
Yeah.
So people, it already had changed a bit since I lived here. But I think it will come back different. I think it will come back different. Different isn't not worse. It's just different. And it'll be a new normal.
People are starting to come back up, so we're thinking that it's going to be okay. We just have to hang in there, one day at a time, and things are going to get better.
I appreciate things a little more. When I see my loved ones, of course, I hug them a little tighter because you really don't know when life is going to change, I don't know.
And you're still in change mode, right? Are you living away
Oh,
from here? Like,
yeah, I mean, luckily I moved to Pasadena. I was staying in Azusa right after the fire. That was really hard, you know, because I was so used to literally 5 minutes from work. But now I'm back in Pasadena. And it's still a little bit of a drive, but it's not as bad. I'm still local, so I still feel supported by the community in the sense that they come in here.
And that's the community power, and that's the beauty of community, that when someone sees someone being harmed or someone in need, the community rises up. And that's what we've been seeing all this year, just community organizing, being in solidarity.
I'm gonna be standing here for my community. I'm gonna be fighting for my community.
And we have launched the docu-series Palisades and Eaton Fires, Devastation to Determination. You can watch the final episode tonight at 5:30 right here on NBC4. And if you missed any of the other 4 episodes, you can catch them on our NBCLA app. We'll be right back.
Coming up at 5:30, new wildfire revelations.
What went wrong?
Call somebody when you see the smoke coming out of the ground.
Questions you want answered.
They didn't have enough information.
Why didn't they have that information?
And what's next?
I do understand the anger.
People that are responsible for public safety need to be held accountable.
The Palisades and Eaton Fires, Devastation to Determination.
Tonight at 5:30, only on NBC4.